Welcome back to another video, guys, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Today, we are super excited to be back at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. It is opening day of their food and wine festival. So best believe we're going to bring you guys along, try out some items, some wine, some food, also purchase the tasting lanyard. We'll let you know at the end if it's worth it or how to maximize the tasting lanyard. But there's a couple other things going on inside the park. I think some updates. The bridge may or may not be open. Let's get inside the park and have some fun. All right, so we got to start off with going to the kiosk because I believe there are some member perks that we need to take advantage of. But also another member perk, we got Dark Coaster opening officially to the public May 19th, but member exclusive ride times May 11th through the 14th. So make sure if you're not a member already and you want to take advantage of this, to do so. All right, and with our past member perks in hand, we got a one-time quick queue for all the rides listed on that particular one. So Finnegan Flyers, Alpengeist, Apollos, Revolton, Pantheon, Griffin, and Pompeii. So basically all the rides, and also one free food and wine item here at the event as it opens today. All right, and we've made it inside, and per usual for the Food and Wine Festival, they have all the beautiful floral displays. Let's make our way in. We got to try out our first item and some wine, but I did see outside the bridge is still closed. All right, so as you can see, we went with the 15 item sampling card. And this is supposed to be $85, but everybody knows that now there's that surcharge that Busch Gardens charges, so it ends up actually being $94.35, which kind of eats away at your savings. So at this price, $94.35, each item that you purchase on the lanyard needs to be $6.29 or more in order for you to at least break even. Let's see if that's a possible task. I don't think we'll go through all 15 items today. That's a lot for us to eat, and we will be back, but $6.29 is the marker. So that's how I do the calculation. So basically divide that number by 15 items, and that's how I came up with that $6.29. All right, let's go try out some items. All right, I'm super excited to be back in the park, and mostly for the Food and Wine Festival. I loved the Food and Wine Festival last year. The she crab soup over in Virginia, which we're about to hit, was amazing. But I gotta say, man, that surcharge that they charge is a lot. That's like $10 more for that food lanyard or food and wine lanyard. So it kind of hurts, but we'll see if we can make the most of it. All right, and we start off with the she crab soup and an oyster shooter, which is exactly what you think. It's a alcoholic shot, but with a raw oyster inside. Super good in my opinion, and a great way to start off the Food and Wine Festival. All right, guys, so this is gonna be a telling moment because last year this was my favorite item. I could eat this multiple times. It's this like nice, delicious bisque that I just showed you. Oh, I dropped a little bit. With a piece of bread that adds a nice crunch and obviously crab inside of it, hence the name, she crab soup. Let's give it a quick try. Awesome. Just as good as last year, and we might as well start with our shot today. So cheers, and I hope everybody gets to enjoy the Food and Wine Festival very soon. We still have much more fun to have here at the Food and Wine Festival at Busch Gardens. All right, and we're done eating. It was delicious. I'm super pleased that the she crab soup is just as good as before. The train is passing by, but I just wanted to come to the menu and kind of show you guys. So the she crab soup was $8.75, so that's about a $3 savings, or just shy of a $3 savings. And then the shooter, the oyster shooter, is $13.99, so a pretty good savings there. So if you were to just stay here and eat she crab soup and oysters, you'd have a fairly significant savings with the food lanyard, and nobody would judge you. And here is another cool booth. I don't remember this being at the event last year. And just an FYI, at all the booths, they have these little stanchions with the booth name, obviously, or the country that it's coming from, as well as some cool facts from the particular country where this booth is based around. Let's see what items are on the menu. All right, so the Australia booth is right next to Loch Ness as it's running. And we look at the menu, we got some lamb chops, snag on the bobby, which is a banger sausage, and a Lamington cake with some drinks as well. We got Foster's wine. kind of like the idea of the lamb chop. Maybe we'll try that out. And as you can see, that's a good bang for your buck. $11.25. That's well above the $6 and something cents that we need to surpass. And let's get ourselves a glass of wine as well. All right, the lamb chop looks delicious. Although it is a small portion, these items are fairly expensive if you were to buy them with cash. So the Lanyard does make a ton of sense so far. There's about like a $8 savings already that we've had just for this purchase, I believe, because this was what, $10, and this was like $11 and some cents. We need to be spending a minimum of $6 and what was it? I have it on my phone. $6.29 per item. So we're well above that in these items. The one thing that I'll let you be the judge of is look how small that wine glass is. But still, it would have been $9.99. All right, and as the Loch Ness goes up the lift hill behind us, about to drop, let's give this lamb chop a quick try. It has like a chimichurri sauce on it, which I know I'm gonna love. Super tender. Let's see if it matches well with the wine. See how small it is. Both delicious though, and although they are small portions, a hell of a savings so far with the Lanyard. All right, as you could tell, that pork chop was really good. It had like this crusted seasoning on it, which was so flavorful, a little spicy, but we'll wash that down with some wine. All right, and sorry to be cutting back to this, but I just wanted to show you guys. So the total savings just from these two items was $8.66. That's $11.25 plus $9.99 minus $6.29 times 2, because we got 2 items, leaves you with a total savings of $8.66. That's a lot of savings, guys. So yeah, this Lanyard is definitely gonna make a lot of sense as we make our way through the event. And also, if you have your membership perks, you get that one free item that I utilized over at Virginia. All right, now we're gonna start making our way towards Ireland. We've already tried a lot of items, and I gotta say, I'm super pleased so far. And this year, like we said, is the 10th anniversary of the Food and Wine Festival here at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. So they do have a new location paying homage to all the previous items of past events, and that is their Decades of Delight location. I'm not sure where it's located. I'm assuming maybe Grogan's. We'll go check it out for sure and see what the menu is this week, because that's going to be a menu that changes every single week with new items of the past. And I hope you didn't think I'd forget, we always have to pay respects to the beautiful water features here at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. But let's get into Ireland. And I actually was really close. It wasn't at Grogan's, it's at Grogan's Grill, the Decade of Delights menu. And you'll see some of the items here paying homage to the items and the great items of the past. We got schnitzelwich, tandoori chicken, a bunch of great items, and also desserts. All right, so we ended up with the tandoori chicken with rice, which is $7.25. So not much of a savings, just about shy of $1 in savings. And I gotta say, all the Decades of Delight items are right around the same price. So the bang for your buck is not around these items, but definitely a cool option if you're looking at trying some of the items of the past here at Decades of Delight. All right, so I'm pretty sure this is gonna be nice and savory. I could tell by all the seasoning that's crusted on it. It looks delicious. And yes, it's nice and flavorful. It comes with rice and like a yogurt and cucumber sauce, which is pretty nice and refreshing as well. All right, and we're gonna skip the Hawaii booth right behind us. The Decades of Delight had some cool items, but once again, if you wanna get your bang for your buck, that might not be the location that you wanna buy too many items at. As well as when you're purchasing drinks, be careful, because the sample size of the drinks that they give you with your Lanyard is different than the purchased, like if you were to pay the full price, unless you're doing shots. So shots are definitely worth it.
Excuse me, are you entertainment?
Yes. All right, and over by Lower Keat Glen, they do have the Margarita Bar and also Mexico, like they did last year. But we won't be grabbing anything here. We do have a long drive after this video, so definitely drink responsibly. All right, and as we make our way through France, this is definitely the spot that you want to stop at if you want to get yourself a good glass and good variety of wine. But that's year-round here, so let's keep on looking for booths where we can take advantage of the food items that aren't here year-round. French Quarters. Per usual, they have their beignets, jambalaya, and a few other items. I think it's time for some sweets. All right, and from the French Quarters, we got ourselves some beignets. No review needed. We recently were here for their Mardi Gras, and the beignets are something that we already tried. They are delicious, something I definitely recommend, and probably one of the best desserts here at the event. All right, I've taken a seat kind of just people watching, and I'm running into a bit of an issue. I'm extremely stuffed already, and we still have 10 items to go, and I really want to try some of the Brazil items. That typically ends up being like my second favorite booth here at the event, so I think I'm gonna try to fit one more item down and then just explore the park and enjoy the food and wine festival. Maybe a glass of wine to end the day, cap it off, and then head on out. But we still got a little bit more left, so stick around. Make sure to comment down below if you guys are enjoying the event and walkthrough. If there's anything you would like to see on the channel, also comment that. But let's keep on going. All right, and we ended up getting the churrasco with the chimichurri sauce. I love this dish, although it is one of my favorites. It does seem like this year the serving size, at least for this particular portion, was kind of small, but I'm sure it's going to be delicious anyway. And the reason why I love this so much is it is actually an item that I cook at home, Cuban style, my culture, with the chimichurri sauce. So I always love coming and trying out different options that has the chimichurri sauce on it. Let's see if it's delicious like last year. Didn't have enough sauce. Let's grab another piece. Yes. You need to get a hefty or a heavy portion of the sauce on the piece that you're eating. But 2 thumbs up. The other thumb is on camera right now. All right, and we make our way to the end of the park. Jamaica, we are going to skip you today, but we might be back to try you out later. Also, just to mention, Burgermeister's Hideaway does have a new selection for this time, which I believe is the Dark Coaster offerings. So if you want to try out a new version of the Speakeasy, it's ready for you. Now let's make our way over to the back of the park. And we've made it to the back, and per usual, RIP Dark Castle, but welcome Dark Coaster. And now we officially have an opening date, May 19th, with a member exclusive ride time, May 11th through the 14th. We will be back very soon. All right, and we've made it to the back over by Fest House and Oktoberfest, and not much going on back here as far as booths go. They did have the Herbal Infusion booth, which had some tasty sounding drinks, but once again, remember your tasting lanyard only gets you the sampler cups. This one's not too bad. And the drink, I've already taken a sip out of it. It's a watermelon mojito. Super delicious. Oop, and I spilled some on myself. And alrighty guys, I think we are gonna call it with a last cheers with this strawberry mojito. And I gotta say, we had a great time. The tasting lanyard was surprisingly useful. Just be careful how you use it. If you're using it for drinks, like I said, you're gonna get small portions compared to the actual portion. So that $13 that's listed on the menu isn't what you're getting in value with the tasting lanyard. But that being said, we had what, 5, 6, 7 items and still 8 items left. And I would be willing to guesstimate, and this is a conservative guesstimate, we probably saved anywhere from $20 to $30 just in the items that we had today. If we would have purchased them with cash, we would have spent about $30 more for these 7 items that we ate today. So tasting lanyard, definitely worth it. Even with that surcharge that Busch Gardens is charging, it makes a lot of sense. And mostly if you're gonna do shots. They can't give you a sample size of a shot. It already is kind of a sample size. So if you're doing the like oyster shots and any other shots, I didn't see too many around the park, but if you stick to the oyster shots and just do that all day, you'll get your bang for your money real easy. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed coming along, and I hope you guys get to come to the Food and Wine Festival here at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. It's a hell of a good time, and the weather is getting amazing. Alrighty guys, I will see you on the next one, but don't forget to ask yourself, have you been entertained?